guys talked about it yesterday. I heard you and PB talking about it on my way home from the casino about Jalen Carter. We kind of brought it up with Wilbon a little. I know he's not that into the pro day stuff, but what happened Wednesday? When was that? Wednesday, Sylvie, or Tuesday? Whenever the pro day was.
Wednesday, yeah.
Tuesday, I think, actually.
Was it?
I think it was. I don't know, Tuesday or Wednesday.
All the days, like everything with spring trading and all the shifts and all the news happening, everything seems so out of whack with the days.
Whatever it was, that was a bad look, and I think that might officially scare me off of Jalen Carter. I'm sorry, but that was really bad.
I'm not off completely yet. I've got a lot of opinions, as you know. Like I'm very opinionated on things. This is one where I'm open to the fact that I don't know. I don't know at all.
You like afraid, like a Warren Sapp situation?
I'm afraid on both sides. I'm like, this is where I'm afraid to say I'm afraid to say if I wipe him off my list. I'm afraid to say that he could be one of these guys who is simply immature, who gets it right, and we look back on it and say, wow.
Randy Moss.
Or Warren Sapp, or one of these just immature guys who just needed guidance and needed somebody to help grow the man, and we should have known. And I'm also scared to the point of saying this is his first round pick, and where if he does bust out, we're like, how did we met? Like
the signs were there.
Yeah, did we not get enough warning signs? Like McShay told us that he had character issues, that he took plays off, that he didn't work hard all the time, that he had off the field concerns. After he had off the field concerns, he doubled down by not working hard out of the combine, and then he gained weight and all of this stuff. What more did you need? And it's Ryan Poles' first round pick. So like, I'm scared both ways.
And you know what?
And I don't know. I don't. No, I'm not going to. I'm giving you a vow right now at 2:06 on Friday, because I could already hear people say this. People love to say, "Oh, you're going to rip him either way, Sylvie." I am not going to rip it either way, because
you'll accept it.
As me telling you that I don't know, I'm telling you I don't know the answer. So whatever Poles chooses to do with me not knowing, I can't rip him. Like I want him to get it right, obviously, but I don't know. I'm going to leave it into the hands of people, the smarter people. And I want to hear from more of the experts and more of the people, whether it's in the mental health facility or people who have done this before. And we're going to talk to them, whether it's guys like Scott Pioli or other former front office guys who have done the homework on people. Because like for every Warren Sapp and Randy Moss we talk about, how many of dozens of guys are there that were busts that were just...
We could spend an hour rattling off their names.
Yeah, because they were busts that you don't know their names because they're not famous, and they're not because they just were busts. Or like the name that people keep bringing up is Albert Hainsworth, the supreme talent who just wasn't a hard worker, who always did something stupid. And should have been a perennial Pro Bowler, a Hall of Famer.
Yeah, should have been, probably. You're right.
So I don't know. Do you? But it seems like you're leaning towards.
I'm more leaning towards cross him off. I thought what happened earlier this week was really bad, considering the circumstances. And the counter to that would be, well, look at what he's dealing with right now. He's pretty stressed out, and give him time to still fix himself, but in the wake of what happened at the combine, to gain nearly 10 pounds in 10 days, I don't even know how that's possible. I guess when you're a bigger guy, it's possible. Okay. Physiologically, it just almost seems impossible, but I guess he's a 300-pound guy. So, all right, fine. But it shows a complete lack of awareness and discipline to have to tap out at a pro day.
And you know what? That's, for me, the huge issue. It's that there's multiple things happening here. He can't, conditioning wise, that's an on the field issue that will plague you if it goes into the pros. And also off the field, it wasn't again the first time where he's been cited for reckless driving. Remember back in September, before the accident happened, he's driving 89 miles per hour in a 45 mile per hour zone. So
and I get you. The easy thing to say is we've probably all done that. I've driven probably 89 miles an hour.
Anyone
in a
who's
45
recklessly
zone.
driven is usually recklessly driving often.
Right.
Do you know what I mean?
Like I think my thought is this is yes, but it's probably not the second time in his life that he did.
I know there is a pattern here, a recurring pattern of behavior that I think when you're entrusted with such an important decision like Ryan Poles is entrusted with right now, I don't know. I think I would err on the side of caution. I could get burned by that. He could be Warren Sapp. You're 100% right, Sylvie. He's probably that talented where he could be Warren Sapp.
But for every Warren Sapp, there are probably 5 other guys who have busted.
And I think I would just err on the side of caution and cross him off. I think that's the way I would lean now after the latest developments. But
what concerns me is, especially with the guys, who's his agent? Isn't it one of the best? Isn't it the guy in Florida?
Is it Drew Rosenhaus?
Is it Drew Rosenhaus? Whoever it is, whatever agent's worth his salt. If you're his agent, even if he is still immature, when you leave the combine after you did return to the combine and you finished your interviews, don't you go back to Georgia with your agent and don't you look him in the eye and say, look, we're going to take care of the legal issue, but now here's what you can control. You get with your trainer, you get in the best damn shape of your life, and here's what's next on your calendar, pro day. You've got to get your body in the best shape possible because this is the only thing now we can control. What happened in January is we can't control that anymore. Right. All you can do is put on the best show possible for everyone here on March 15th or whatever, 14th, whatever day that was. And you are got to put on a show. And you have to show them that you are a wrecker. You are this unbelievable talent who is going to wow everybody. And instead, he put on weight, he got in worse shape, and he couldn't finish a drill. And that to me shows you the exact opposite. When adversity hit, he got worse.
That's what scares me. Look at to borrow your example of what you think would be happening with his camp. And maybe this isn't a great apples to apples, but just look at what Bryce Young has done. He's gone about the business of getting with his trainer and his people and making sure that he looks and appears physically as great as he can in the eyes of the talent evaluator.
He knows what they're saying about him, and he's trying
doing
to
something
solve,
about it.
He knows how to solve the problem.
He's doing something about it.
He's problem solving.
Yes, exactly. He has gone about the business of problem solving.
And then
camp.
And Jalen's creating more problems.
Yes. And that's just what's scary considering what's at stake. How could he be this reckless over these last couple of weeks? And so it's a very bad look to me.
Yeah.
And it's scary.